Hello, hello, and welcome into Four Guys in a Bar. I am the KC Manga, and I'm joined by Chief Who Extraordinaire, Kareem. How are you doing, Kareem?
Hey, what's up, my man? Not so anonymous Mango.
Not so anonymous anymore, no, not at all. How are you today, my
Oh,
friend?
man, I'm hanging in there, dude. Just excited for this game today. What about yourself?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I mean, it's always pretty hype and exciting when we're going up against the Bengals. So, yeah, ready for the challenge ahead.
It's gonna be fun, dude.
Yeah, we've got tons to talk about, but first we'll jump straight into the inactives. Kareem, what do you think about both teams' inactives for the game today?
I mean, of course, T. Higgins stands out. Uh, Mary, their draft picks, stands out. But other than that, I mean, we've got Cameron Thomas, who I really been wanting to see. Out there, the guy we traded for from Arizona. But I mean, for the most part, T. Higgins is a big deal. But for the most part, it seems like we're pretty healthy for the big guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also pretty disappointed about Cameron Thomas too. I thought he was going to get a good chunk of snaps tonight, to be fair.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so because you know who they got over there playing. You
Yeah,
know,
well, yeah,
and yeah, I am looking forward to that because we there's guys like FAU that it's like, come on, man, go out there. This should be. I mean, this isn't the heights of competition at left tackle that you're going to
yeah,
be facing. So let's go out there and see if you can get involved and make some plays. George and Chris and Mike, Dana, and all those guys. My guy Turk Wharton. They're going
yeah,
to go out there and really put some pressure on this defensive line. So it leaves a guy like FAU in particular. One on one kind of the extra the extra wheel or whatever. So
yeah,
it's like his matchups. They got a scheme to double team Chris, and we go heavy in the middle, and they've got to figure out a way to counteract that. So putting Ruben, so putting you know Orlando Brown out there on an island against guys like that. It's like, man, come on, FAU. Let's see what you got, dude.
yeah, exactly. Before we go any further, let's just hear a word about our sponsors. Nick?
If you're looking for a trusted real estate advisor, someone who's going to help you get through the process of either buying or selling a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, there's nobody better than this man. So give Eric Haynes a call at 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
Absolutely. Proud sponsor of Chiefs Who. And if you're looking for success in the health coverage industry, you need to call somebody that I love very much, care about, and knows their stuff. And that's my wife, Emily Athen. You can reach her 913-215-9086. If you're looking for flexible health coverage, whether you're an individual, self-employed, business owner, or part of a family, look no further. Even if you want a free consult, she's happy to help you out. So give her a call today. She can explain all the plans that are available, including access to a nationwide PPO network. So give her a call today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
Thank you very much, Virtual Nick. What have people
Nikki
said?
loves Emily. Nikki loves Emily.
Do you want to go ahead and read this one out? We got a
Ken
score.
Sinclair. Ken St. Clair. Hi, Ruben. Chiefs 31, Jabronis 14. I'm with you, Ken. I am with you 100%. Yeah, we got to give him a good butt whooping, man. We can't we can't hold back on it. We can't do the Andy Reid thing of letting our foot off the gas. We gotta get these boys.
Yeah, I think we should address the elephant in the room before we continue any further. Hollywood Brown is out for the entirety of the 2024 regular season. Your immediate thoughts, Kareem?
Heartbreak breaks my heart, man. he was one of the main reasons I've been all over Twitter talking about 20-0, you know, because the element that he adds to that is just, you know, he's the guy that you gotta dedicate like a legit cover guy to, and then that slides downhill for people like Rasheed Rice and you know, even see in the middle, you know, a safety occupier and all that. Man, just not having that weapon, man, is just it just uh, we're still better than we were last year at the position.
Yeah.
My son, my 19-year-old son, he says, man, we're one injury away from you know, being in the same position we were last year. I said, son, the same position where we won back-to-back Super Bowls in? It's like, man, you know, one injury away. I'm good with that because last year we was one injury away from not having none of that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, I don't know, I'd say I'm more upset than anything because I was so excited when we signed Hollywood. I mean, the hope is, obviously, we do well in the playoffs and he can come back maybe for that back end run. But I think we see him re-sign with the Chiefs next year, 100%.
I mean, it's a stand-up thing to do, right?
Yeah.
I know he came here this year, kind of looking to get a spotlight so he could kind of propel it to, you know, the Juju thing. Come back, show I'm not injury prone, so I can contribute to a championship team. You know, show I'm worth. Where Juju got 12 million or 9 million a year, or you know, but of course with Hollywood, he would have gotten a lot more if he showed out with us than Juju because his plays are more dynamic, right? You know, Juju slant king and all that, but Hollywood will take it to the crib. So he would have had that spotlight to really, and like I said, with all of the other weapons, you know, they've got to compromise it. They got to chase compromises like pretty much every play, who they're going to allow safety help to, who, you know, kind of adjust to what they're seeing. And Hollywood would have made himself a lot of money this year. So and so, you know, he gets whatever he got, you know, for this year, and sure there'll probably be some kind of injury settlement or something, but you know, and then the stand up to do is, you know, kind of, especially if we pay him whatever we were supposed to pay him, it's like come back and show them I'm a stand up guy, and also still show the league that, hey, I'm a weapon out here, you know.
Yeah. Are you confident with the room as it is, not adding anyone?
Uh-oh, you just want me to say it, don't you? Bring Nico up. Bring Nico up. Let's see what Nico's got, you know. What kind of speed does Nico got? Is he a fast guy too?
I would say his 40 time was not the best. I'll actually pull it up right now just so we're 100% sure. But I do know that obviously when he came back from his injury, he looked a lot more leaner and faster. His 40 time was 4.56.
4.56, huh?
But
he reminded a lot of people of Albert Wilson.
Yeah.
He was a speedy little chunky dude, you know. So if he could, you know, as long as he could get separation, he could kind of push the, like, you know, you got McCole, but you know, I'm about sick of McCole. And you got I'm not sick of McCole. I'll just play it. McCole, when we needed McCole, he was there, but like, I'm sick of not really being able to count on him. And so is Pat. That's why Pat rarely throws it his way, you know.
Yeah.
But Nico, I don't want no Ross coming up. But
I agree. I don't think there's much room for Ross in the offense because we've got Justin Watson and Juju. They're like your two big body receivers, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I love Justin Watson. That's my guy. Yeah, I love Justin Watson. So I'd like to, you know, I don't mind seeing him get some snaps too. But I mean, geez, it's just like it's just the plan, the whole plan, my perfect plan that I had about how the Chiefs offense was just going to be unstoppable, and
Yeah.
now it kind of takes a hit.
Yeah, well, I would say this is still a pretty good core four. You've got Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Justin Watson, and Juju Smith-Schuster. I'd say that's still a pretty good receiver core that you could definitely win a Super Bowl with.
Yeah, I mean, we won it with half that much. We won it with just Juju, and then we won it with just Rashee.
Yeah.
Of course, Justin Watson was there, both of them, but I mean, he's Justin Watson is Justin Watson for a reason. It's because he's the guy that you put your third or fourth cover guy on, and he's better than them. But when you put your second or first cover guy on, he's less effective. He can't. He doesn't have the results that, of course, you want him to have. So, but he's a great threat. Like it's like having Juju go from our number one threat, or even Rashee, go from our number one threat to our number two threat or number three threat, to where you got to figure, especially Rashee, the way he comes across the middle with more speed than Juju, and is there with Travis Kelce, and you got to choose the linebackers, and safety's got to kind of choose who to come and help out. See, with Hollywood and Worthy on the outside running streaks, making the safety stay home, that's a lot more of a threat. But Rashee's speed over Juju's, like Juju runs a shorter slant, Rashee runs, kind of more of a post, deeper slant, and then you got Travis doing his thing. That's still pretty dadgum dangerous.
Yeah, I actually think Juju will stay beyond this season if he contributes, especially with the impending inevitable Rashee Rice suspension next season. I think Juju could be pretty important for us next year.
Yeah. I mean, the league has kind of shown him, when he was out of work for a while, before we actually signed him. But the league kind of showed him what his value was and what he means, and he felt that he was more valued, even with what we thought was going to be a stacked wide receiver core. He kind of felt like he was more comfortable, with us. So yeah, I can really see him coming back for sure. And like I said, Rashee Rice insurance, we need that.
In regards to this season, I would love to see Nika elevated into the 53 there. If you've been a long time watcher of Four Guys in the Bar, you will know that Nika Remihia is very much my guy. I was rooting for him all the way through training camp and preseason, and I was heartbroken when he didn't make the cut, I got to admit. But I think there's a world where, because obviously basing this off one game, of course, we've only played the Ravens, McCall was used purely for special teams. He didn't have an offensive snap at all. I would elevate Nika, put him in that McCall role, and then try and get McCall more involved with the offense. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if Dave Turb is pushing for that behind the scenes, because we all know Remihio is one of Turb's guys.
Mm.
But yeah.
And I thought that they would at least, I thought they'd keep Tony for return purposes, but especially once we got rid of Tony, I thought for sure they was going to keep Nico around, because they said he was going to pound the table for him, and apparently he didn't pound hard enough.
Well, yeah, I feel like Sky Moore was always going to be a lock for political reasons. You're not gonna. I think the Chiefs let him see out his rookie contract and then make the decision there. And I think what probably ended up happening is they went with McCall purely based off experience, and Turb was just told to work with what he had.
Well, it seems like McCall, or it seems like Sky Moore, it seems like he has his uses, just like McCall has his uses. Like he can, he can return the ball. We can do some gadget things with him. I mean, they've got their use, but Sky Moore is like, when, like, if not last year, then I mean, that was his golden opportunity last year.
God, yeah.
There was nobody else that was going to catch that ball, get separated, do wide receiver things. And luckily we had a rookie come in and step up and look like Juju Jr., you know. So it was, yeah, you know, we lucked out with that. I guess not lucked out. Veach knows what he's doing. That boy's his job. But
Yeah.
yeah, but the progression of, you know, like last year, it was everybody was saying, oh, you know, we're in trouble. Rookies don't come on that quick in Andy Reid's offense. It takes all time for them because he has them trying to figure out every position on the field, including left tackle. No, and it's like, but so man, but they narrowed down what they wanted to teach him for the rest of that season, and man, he was able to shine. Like Sky Moore, where was he, dude? You know.
I mean, yeah, last year was definitely the year for Sky to kind of put his name forth. I mean, I think we saw even without Hollywood, the core four was Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Justin Watson, and Juju against the Ravens. Sky Moore only got 10 offensive snaps, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't even know he was out there until I saw the snap count after.
Yeah, me either. Me either, dude.
I think time might be up for Sky unless out of nowhere he turns into like your wide receiver 3 this season, which I just do not see happening.
Hey, let him get 6 catches for $180 again. I'm going to be, or you know, in this game, I'm going to be on Twitter acting a fool about how they should give him an extension. If he does something big against Cincinnati, I'll be like, no, Sky Moore, he's back, baby. I knew we picked that right.
Yeah. Well, in classic Cincinnati Bengals fashion, there's always one player that seems to start running their mouth before the games. Cam Taylor-Britt recently said that the only thing Xavier Worthy's got going for him really is that he can run quick in a straight line. How stupid is that take, Kareem?
I mean, it's pretty daggum stupid considering they kind of get paid to watch film, right? You know, coming in the draft, you know, everybody called him Justin. Well, no, what was the guy's name? Ross, just, you know, and compared him to pretty much every little fast guy. Yeah, John Ross from Washington, and compared him to every little fast. Those guys were like sprinters. They were runners. This guy is a wide receiver, and if you watch the film at Texas, you've seen this kid had a route tree. He was, you know, they even compared him to Tyreek, and I said he's as far as skills, he's Tyreek like year 3, because Tyreek came in as a running back that we converted as a wide receiver, and he was just a returner. And you know, they talked all that crap. Oh, he made the Pro Bowl as a return man, and you know, there was all that crap that they talked. But you know, Tyreek took a little bit of time to develop I mean, now he's a monster, of course, you know, to put Miracle Grow on him, but yeah, he grew into what he is now. But it took him years before he was that kind of receiver that, you know, that Worthy kind of comes in the league as understanding the ins and outs, the effects of average, you know, and your route running and all of that. He's much more advanced, you know, as a wide receiver coming in. So yeah, my man, we're gonna see today. He's gonna see that. Are you there? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Apologies for that. Technical difficulties, guys. We have a Bengals fan entering enemy territory. In the comments, as a Bengals fan, I don't know how to feel about this game. How should a Bengals fan feel about this game, Kareem?
Horrible. You should feel horrible about it. You should feel lucky that, I guess, you dodged one with Hollywood, and we dodged one with T. Higgins. But you should feel horrible about it because there's still, that defense ain't gotten no better, and our offense has. So yeah, you should feel bad about this game. But then again, they're the Bengals, so if I was you, I'd probably feel confident.
I mean, you can never really write them off, can you?
No.
Not
I mean,
against the Chiefs, at least.
Lou Lou Anarumo or whatever his name is. That guy seems to, he seems to understand how to game plan against us every time. And even when we feel, I mean, they had Jake Browning or whatever his name was last year when we played them. And
Yeah.
it was still a lot closer game than any of us were comfortable with, right?
It's too many field
So
goals.
it's like you understand when Baltimore understands how to keep it close. That's Baltimore's signature is playing tough defense, has been since forever, and keep the defense keeping them in the games. They used to win games 1960, all field goals and everything.
Yeah.
So that's kind of right down. It's like the Steelers, but Cincinnati, they've been this offensive team and all that, and but for some reason against us, yeah, that guy Lou, he knows what he's doing in order to keep them in the game, whoever they're got on offense.
Speaking of Lou, let's hear from our very own Sweet Lou.
Hey, Chiefs fans,
Yeah.
Sweet Lou here. It is game day, Bengals day. Let's go with my 5 keys for the Chiefs to come away with this win today. First off, checking his notes. Block Trey Hendrickson. Don't let him wreck the game. Got to keep Patrick clean. Kingsley obviously has to do his thing again at left tackle. The rest of the guys I think we're pretty good with. Put the cuffs on Chase. Yes, that's a T-Cuffs reference. So let's get Chase out of the game. Get Pops going early. They gave up a bunch of yardage last week against New England. So let's get him going early. Patience for Patrick. Don't force anything. And then finally, finish in the red zone. Obviously, 7s, not 3s. Step on their throats once we get the lead. Don't play with your food, Chiefs. Let's go. 4 guys in a bar. Chiefs today. Let's go.
Thank you very much, Lou. Always appreciated. An interesting storyline going into this game is Chiefs running back Samaje Perine, who, of course, formerly played for the Cincinnati Bengals. What are you expecting to see from his game today, Kareem?
I predicted the other day, I think Perine's going to have 2 touchdowns today.
Okay.
I think that he didn't get very involved last week, but I think that he's got another week that he's only been around for a couple of weeks now. They're still trying to put a package together for him and need him, use him just with the stuff that they know for sure he knows where to be at,
Yeah.
But today's a little different. He kind of knows ins and outs of their defense, even though all the people they've lost this offseason. And he just like he said, I think he said the other day, he sees the same things in their defense. He knew how to exploit their defense in practice and stuff like that. And that hasn't really changed. Now, we'll see how Lou adapts to that, knowing what he knows.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for 2 touchdowns from Perine today.
Big game incoming. Another big headline coming into this particular game is what's going on with Joe Burrow and his wrist? Is it good? Is it not? What do you think, Kareem?
Let me start off by saying this. I'm not the wishing injury upon other teams' players kind of dude. I hope that his wrist is 100%. I hope that everything's healed up. I hope he's at his best. I always want to play teams at their best, and we're at our best, and we go out and prove that we're superior. I don't never wish injury. I hope Joe's okay.
Yeah.
But having said that, I seen the whole water bottle gate and all of that stuff, and he didn't look like Joe Burrow last week. I'll tell you that much. So I hope he's good. I hope it feels better or whatever. Maybe he jammed it or something, but he doesn't seem like his old self. But they never do at the beginning of the season, so who knows?
No. An ongoing conversation we've been having on 4 Guys in a Bar recently is who is the second best quarterback in the league? Is Joe Burrow that to you?
No. There is this man named Josh Allen who is a man and a half in real life. You know what I'm saying? This dude, I I never had respect for Josh Allen until we played them last year.
Yeah.
And we played him at the end of the season when he was killing it. Then we played him in the playoffs. I was horrified. Every time I play this dude, I'm horrified. He'll run you over. He can actually throw, unlike that running back in Baltimore, and you have to defend every inch of the grass with this dude, man. He's easily the second best, easily.
Yeah.
He was MVP last year, should have been.
Yeah.
Well, Pat won it, but like with the last end of the season and all that, man,
Yeah.
he was the best. I'll put it this way: my MVP I wanted was my guy Tyreek. I thought he was playing football, but down the stretch, there was nobody in football better than Josh Allen.
No. I mean, I 100% completely agree with you. But when I voiced this on After Hours, I was ridiculed because, as Dre
we
bangs that.
We
Yeah,
know
well,
why.
we know. But yeah,
That boy's a fool.
we won't talk about that, man. A big
Thank you.
conversation, a big conversation coming into the season in general was who's going to be the Chiefs cornerback 2? Because obviously you've got Trent McDuffie, who's locked down cornerback 1 spot. No question about it. Chiefs Ravens rolls around, and it's this guy, Jalen Watson. Tell me your thoughts on Jalen Watson, Kareem.
No, true. He played well. Of course, this will be the test because now he's not playing against a running back playing quarterback. But as far as he arrived on the scene against Justin Herbert when he had that pick six. So it's been a great problem to have, honestly. Who is better between him and John Williams and Najee, who of course got hurt, but he was supposed to be CB2 last year in camp. He was running CB2. They had McDuffie in slot, and of course they had Snead. But yeah, he was. He showed up big in training camp before he got hurt. But this guy right here, he's done nothing but make plays. He's done nothing but play on the highest level of football ever since he got into the league. So yeah, I have, especially if they're putting him in, I've got as much confidence in him as anybody.
I know Dre and Hence thought that it was going to be Joshua Williams heading into the season. And then I was pretty surprised on how little he actually played against the Ravens. Obviously, he had the hamstring injury coming in, but I thought he would have played a bit more. I was surprised Nazi Johnson didn't get it. Was just on special teams, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's what I thought would be our CB2. That's been my guy, Najee, like I said. But yeah, he didn't get nothing out there on defense, and of course neither did Jaden Hicks, right?
That was mind-blowing to me.
And we all expect huge things this season, Jaden Hicks. So it was just a game plan thing that, they went with, this week they're going to have a lot more cover guys. Even don't care if Joe Burrow's playing with, middle schoolers. He's going to propel that team. He's going to raise those wide receivers. We might discover a new wide receiver talent that the Bengals have, today because of the spotlight, of course, and no Higgins. But so yeah, they're all of them. I expect all of them guys to see the field on defense because we're going to need them.
Yeah. Do you anticipate the Chiefs to run the ball a lot? Because obviously the Bengals defense struggled a lot with the run game with the Patriots during week 1.
See, that's why I think that P. Ryan's going to have 2 touchdowns.
Right.
Because I think that's going to be kind of how we exploit it. They got that linebacker Wilson. They got that Dax Hill. And so we're going to have to move these people, up and down, to to kind of put the pressure on them. We're gonna have to run, make the linebackers and safeties have to come up and actually worry about the run, and then we're gonna throw it over top of them with Rasheed and Travis, like we do. But yeah, that safety and that linebacker, we're gonna have to occupy them. So I do think that, and I think that P. Ryan out of the backfield, I think that he's going to have him a couple, and yeah, I think that I do. I think that we're going to emphasize our running backs a bit more today than we have.
Obviously, against the Ravens, linebacker Nick Bolton did not have his best showing. He obviously did not play a single snap, I believe, in preseason. But were you just a bit taken aback by how bad the performance actually was?
Okay, so the thing is, do we not pay Nick? He's horrible in coverage. He's good against the run. He's been hurt. He comes back from getting hurt and gets hurt again, and not much training camp, no preseason. You hope that he's just shaking off the rust, right? And that he'll get back, because 2 years ago when he was at his peak, Nick Bolton was a bad, and he looked like he was going to be worth every penny that people were talking about he deserves, right? But it's coming back. I mean, you can't imagine how these dudes feel out there. My man's arm is all wrapped all season long, and he's out there just gladiatoring his way through it. So it seems like he's not worth the $20 million a year or whatever everybody's throwing around. It seems like if you can get that closer to 12, 13, reasonable for his efficiencies, right? I mean, he's a thumper, but he does hurt us at times, and offenses see that and scheme for it. They try to get him matched up with guys they know that can easily beat him. That they all get paid too. So as far as the money goes, I mean, it's of course up to Veach. He's made the right decision most of the time. But with Nick Bolton, I expect him, as the season goes along and he gets a little bit better into game shape because he didn't have any preseason, I expect him to step up and be the tackling machine he's always been. And if he still, can't cover, his covering deficiency, we need to figure out ways to kind of support that and help our defense overcome that. But I expect him to step it up.
Yeah. Speaking of linebackers, if you include the last few games of last season in the Super Bowl and their first game of this season, Leo Chanel's having himself a good time. Is this a breakout year for Leo? Is this the year we finally see him, push forward and make his mark on this team?
I mean, the last couple of games, like you said, the last game he's played, he's been breaking out. You expect the more he gets in the games, the more comfortable he gets in there, and he understands off now, or the defense, of course. Now what Spags, how Spags is trying to deploy him, so to speak. So this is a big year for Death Row, baby. He's gonna have a big role. I mean, there's not too many Lamars out there, so you could say that his abundance of snaps, right, were because of we know who Lamar is, and we needed another speedy, tough athlete there that we knew could be physical and put some pressure on, tackle him when he needed to. But just the fact that Spags kind of understands this man's talents and how he can use them, and is going to want to employ that a lot more. I'm excited for him. I think that every time he's gotten it to show up these last few, he shows up in ways that we're all just shocked about. Me, but I'm excited for him. Yes, definitely a breakout year for that guy. He's going to be a real weapon on that defense.
Wonderful. Let's hear from our founder and co-host, Nick Affan, once again with the sponsors.
If you're looking for a trusted real estate advisor, someone who's going to help you get through the process of either buying or selling a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area. There's nobody better than this man. So give Eric Haynes a call at 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
Absolutely proud sponsor of Chiefs Who. And if you're looking for success in the health coverage industry, you need to call somebody that I love very much, care about, and knows their stuff. And that's my wife, Emily Athen. You can reach her 913-215-9086. If you're looking for flexible health coverage, whether you're an individual, self-employed, business owner, or part of a family, look no further. Even if you want a free consult, she's happy to help you out. So give her a call today. She can explain all the plans that are available, including access to a nationwide PPO network. So give her a call today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
Oh, look who it is.
Emily.
Sweet Lou's in the comments.
Yeah. Sweet Lou. What's up, baby? That guy. When he first came on, he was kind of, everybody was kind of getting their footing and everything. And since, they've kind of gotten their footing, that guy is just a joy to watch, man.
But we're not too far out from the game now. We're about to wrap up. Can we get your final set in stone score prediction for Chiefs and Bengals, please?
I think I'm going to say 38-17.
Okay.
I think I'm going to.
Lovely. I'm going to go 31-17.
Yeah, same page.
Yeah, close enough. But yeah, it's been lovely having you on, Kareem. Thank you for coming on.
Yes. Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
No
Always a pleasure watching you, brother.
And we look forward to seeing you inevitably winning Chief Who on Wednesday this week.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Take care.